Welcome back, everyone. Last time, we started a really important conversation about talking to the elephant. Tackling those big, uncomfortable truths about the need for change in academia.
Exactly. And today we're asking, what's next? Because talking is one thing, but acting is another. So we're diving straight into academic agility, what it really means for a university to be able to pivot and respond to a world that's changing faster than ever.
That really is the heart of the matter, isn't it? It's the big question. How can an institution that's literally built on centuries of tradition and stability become agile without losing its soul in the process?
I think that's the million-dollar question. But honestly, I believe it has to. It's not a matter of if we should, it's a matter of how. How do we do it thoughtfully? And how do we do it without losing the very things that make our institutions great? So yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first, let's be really clear about what we're talking about when we say agility. Because, in the tech world or the corporate world, it means move fast and break things. And frankly, that sounds like the polar opposite of what we do in academia. Our strength is in our depth, our deliberation, our rigor, not just sheer speed.
And you're absolutely right. That disruptive speed model is exactly the wrong way to look at this. That's the traditional view of agility you see on the left, and it's what scares a lot of us. But the view we need to adopt is on the right. It's about intelligent responsiveness. This isn't about moving fast for the sake of it. It's about listening, sensing what's happening in the world, and then thoughtfully adjusting what we do to meet those real-world needs.
So what you're really saying is, it's less about pure speed and more about being smart and purposeful in our movements, about being more connected to the world outside the so-called ivory tower. Precisely. This definition here, I think it just nails it. It's about building the capacity to sense those changes and then align our core academic purpose with what society actually needs from us. It's about being effective, not just fast. That's what academic agility should be.
Okay, I have to admit, that sounds pretty good in theory. But let's get real for a second. In practice, the hurdles are huge. The most obvious one is bureaucracy. We all live it. Our decision-making cycles aren't measured in days or weeks. They're measured in semesters, sometimes years.
Oh, for sure. And it goes deeper than just the organizational chart, right? It's a mindset issue. Too often we see any change to the curriculum as this massive, threatening disruption that has to go through a dozen committees, instead of seeing it as just a natural, healthy evolution.
And that connects right to what I think is the deepest fear for many faculty members, the potential loss of academic rigor. There's this genuine concern that being agile is just a buzzword for lowering standards to chase the latest trend. And I think that's a huge misunderstanding.
It's a total misunderstanding. In fact, you could argue the exact opposite is true. True agility strengthens quality by making sure it stays relevant. I love this quote, "Static quality is outdated quality." Think about it. What good is academic rigor if we're applying it to solve yesterday's problems? Quality has to be dynamic to have any real meaning today.
All right. So let's play this out. If we could wave a magic wand and get past all these barriers, what does this agile university actually look like? Can you paint a picture for me? Because right now, it still feels a little abstract.
I can. I see it standing on three pillars. First, you have curriculum agility. Imagine programs that are constantly updated to reflect what's happening right now. Things like AI, sustainability, data ethics, not just on a 7-year review cycle.
Okay, and to do that, you'd absolutely need structural agility. That would have to mean pushing power down, right? Empowering departments and faculty to make key decisions locally instead of sending everything up a giant chain of command. It would cut out so much red tape.
And the glue that holds it all together is leadership agility. We need leaders, our deans, our department chairs, our provosts, to stop seeing themselves only as guardians of tradition and start seeing themselves as facilitators of change. Their job becomes helping good ideas move forward.
When you lay it all out like that, it really doesn't sound like agility is about tearing down tradition at all. It's not in the slightest. It's the evolution of it. It's how we make sure that our most important academic traditions, like critical thinking, deep inquiry, and the pursuit of knowledge, actually stay alive and relevant for the next generation of students. So at the end of the day, this isn't about throwing away what makes academia special. It's really about having the courage to change our methods so we can preserve our fundamental purpose, making sure that what we do matters in a world that isn't going to wait for us. And that brings us full circle, doesn't it? Back to the elephant. It's the perfect next step. Once you finally get the courage to talk about the elephant in the room, the next challenge is to actually learn how to move with it. That's a fantastic way to put it. So maybe that's the thought we should leave everyone with. This idea that agility isn't really about moving fast, it's about moving forward with purpose.
And speaking of moving forward, you won't want to miss our next explainer. We're going to be tackling one of the biggest drivers of change out there, the AI awakening. We'll dive into how artificial intelligence is already starting to transform everything in academia, from the lab to the lecture hall. We'll see you then.